Gemini 2.5 Pro isn't just Google's next big AI release, it's a software revolution in motion. Unlike anything before it, Gemini 2.5 Pro can build full-stack applications from scratch using natural language prompts. It doesn't stop at generating code snippets. It creates entire user interfaces, builds back-end logic, plans application structures like a human engineer, and even interprets live content from YouTube videos and images to complete its tasks. You don't need to understand frameworks or syntax, just describe the app you want, and Gemini delivers. It even understands UX layout images and turns them into working designs. And when compared to Claude 3.5 in direct coding tasks, Gemini didn't just compete, it outperformed, handling real-world engineering challenges with clarity, speed, and step-by-step logic. In this video, we'll explore exactly how Gemini 2.5 Pro works, what makes it different from its competitors, and why this is a major turning point for the future of app development. Let's dive into the details. Gemini 2.5 Pro isn't a slight upgrade. It's a complete shift in how software is developed. At its core, Gemini 2.5 is designed to build entire applications from a single prompt. We're talking full-stack apps, end-to-end, UI, back-end, logic, everything. Users can now simply describe what they want in plain language. Gemini responds by writing clean code, generating working front-end interfaces, setting up server-side components, and integrating all the parts together. It's not just writing functions, it's building structure, context, and flow like an experienced engineer would. But what truly sets Gemini apart is how it breaks problems down. It doesn't dump code like a regular chatbot. It plans, reviews what needs to be done, executes each step logically, and then tests the output. Need a React app with a login page and data dashboard? Just ask. Gemini handles it, and does it fast. It even interprets design mockups or layout images and turns them into usable code. This isn't autocomplete for developers. This is a full-blown AI coder, trained to think, design, and build entire applications with minimal input. What truly separates Gemini 2.5 Pro from every other large language model is its ability to think like a real engineer. Instead of instantly producing chunks of code, Gemini takes the time to analyze the full scope of a request. It organizes the task, outlines the required components, and then executes them one by one, just like a senior developer would. This model doesn't just respond, it strategizes. For instance, when tasked with building a business card application using a design image, Gemini first examines the layout, identifies key elements, and then determines how to translate that into code. Once the strategy is clear, it moves to implementation, generating clean, functional output with efficiency. Gemini can even analyze visual content like YouTube videos. It interprets what's happening on screen, extracts context, and then writes code to replicate or respond to what it sees. Whether it's UI walkthroughs or coding tutorials, Gemini learns from video input just like a human might. In performance comparisons with Claude 3.5, Gemini 2.5 Pro proved more effective at completing complex app-building challenges. It didn't just return better answers, it solved problems with clarity and structure. Claude responded quickly but lacked consistency in maintaining task flow and logic. Google's model thrives on following process. It doesn't just understand prompts, it reads between the lines, recognizes what the user needs, and approaches the challenge from the top down. This isn't code generation, it's automated engineering. In head-to-head comparisons, Gemini 2.5 Pro demonstrated a clear lead over Claude 3.5. Not in synthetic benchmarks, but in actual coding environments where detail, accuracy, and structure matter. When both were prompted to generate complete applications, Gemini delivered usable, logically organized projects. Claude responded quickly, but lacked the comprehensive flow that a production-ready system demands. One example involved a prompt to create a layout from a static image. Gemini began by understanding the visual elements in the image, then breaking them into components, translating design to front-end structure, and finally integrating them into functioning code. Claude's attempt, though responsive, failed to fully grasp the spatial layout, resulting in disconnected output. Another critical difference lies in how each model manages task progression. Gemini acts like an engineer, setting goals, breaking them into logical steps, and executing systematically. Claude often reacted directly to the prompt without strategic foresight. Gemini maintained context throughout multi-part tasks, while Claude tended to lose continuity, especially in longer sequences. Even more impressive, Gemini 2.5 Pro can interpret YouTube videos and translate visual walkthroughs into functioning applications. By analyzing spoken instructions and on-screen interactions, it writes and refines code with precision. This positions Gemini not just as a code assistant, but as a visual learner, a system capable of bridging video input and functional programming. These capabilities unlock new levels of accessibility. Developers can now feed Gemini layout references, sample interactions, or even casual descriptions, and receive fully structured applications in return. No need for traditional step-by-step instructions. The model fills in the gaps and executes autonomously. This creates real value for entrepreneurs, designers, and non-coders who previously relied on full development teams. It's not just about productivity. It's about removing the barrier to entry for software creation entirely. While other models focus on generating code in isolation, Gemini 2.5 Pro builds complete systems. It reasons, adapts, and builds like a professional, setting a new bar for what's possible with AI-powered development tools. Gemini 2.5 Pro isn't just an upgrade. It's a redefining moment in how software is conceived, planned, and delivered. What used to take teams of developers, designers, and weeks of planning can now be initiated by a single sentence. This model doesn't merely output code. It maps out logic, analyzes needs, and applies engineering-level thinking to produce real usable applications from scratch. By handling full-stack development, translating layout images, and even interpreting YouTube videos, Gemini proves it's more than a productivity tool. It's a capable digital architect. Its ability to assess context, break down challenges, and deliver multi-component solutions with precision marks a major turning point in AI's role within development workflows. The direct comparison with Claude 3.5 underscores this leap. While Claude demonstrated competence, Gemini's edge came through in structured thinking, problem-solving clarity, and the ability to maintain context through layered prompts. It isn't just faster or more accurate. It's fundamentally more aligned with how a human engineer would approach problems. What this means for the future is profound. Entrepreneurs can build products without writing a single line of code. Designers can turn wireframes into functioning applications. Even those without technical backgrounds can now participate in the software creation process, with Gemini as their partner. As AI continues evolving, Gemini 2.5 Pro sets a new precedent. A model that no longer imitates developers, but thinks like one. If this is what Gemini can do today, imagine what's coming next.